Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag.
We are live, guys. Welcome to SportsBites. SportsBites, #1 sports podcast, bringing you the best of both worlds, sports and snacks. I'm your host tonight, Don Schro. To our left, we haven't seen her in a while. Let's welcome Rachel Horn back.
Hi,
the wife of our host, Randall. How are we doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here.
I'm sure she's in a good mood after this weekend.
Yeah.
Big Rob on our far left. How are we doing over there?
Doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good. It's great to hear, man. Great to hear. We're going to have a guest coming, our special guest coming in the next few minutes. As always, we're coming to you from Varsity Park Studios, Roanoke's newest innovative and business center. Check them out on Facebook and at varsityparkfranklin.com. All right, guys. So before we get started with our sports, we got a few tasty snacks we got from Sir Randall last week. Brent brought a few snacks in, so we're gonna go with his this week. We got a few things. We got the organic cheese and pepper corn rice snacks.
The cacio e pepe.
All right, and then we got some Frank's Red Hot Goldfish and some chocolate cake pop smart food popcorn. All right,
Yeah.
A few healthy options, some good taste, some good flavor in there. What do you think we should start with here while we wait for our special guest? Start us off.
I don't know. I would say we do the sweet at the end today.
Sweet at the
Maybe
end.
we start cacio e pepe.
Oh, cacio e pepe.
Sure.
Got the
Trader
Joe's, right? Yeah.
Trader
we went
Joe's
to
cacio e pepe puffs. All right, they're organic. All right. See what we got here. Whew. Oh,
Oh yeah.
I think they're very peppery.
Pungent.
You definitely get the pepper off the bat. They say cheese and pepper, but you definitely get a lot of pep. I'll put some pep in your step right here. Woo! I don't know about pepper.
I don't know. I'm excited.
I don't
They're
know
like
about pepper.
pirates booty. They're like puffs.
All right, so we're going with organic puffs pretty much. We got the cheese and pepper puffer corn. Ready to rock here.
Really?
I don't know this.
Cheers. They look like little shrimp.
Little shrimps. I don't know about the pepper. They're organic, all right.
Bland.
Yeah.
Really?
A little bland for me. Woo! Yeah, I don't know. I get a little bit of flavor and then just going to bland
Not a
town.
lot.
I can definitely tell it's organic for sure.
I think it tastes like white cheddar, like cheese puffs.
Oh yeah, I get that. And then I don't know, the flavor just
Pepper.
dissipates.
Yeah, okay. It's a little different.
All right, not bad.
We'll come back around.
I'm glad we got some different options tonight. All right, so we're gonna leave the sweets, the cake pop till last. So we got our goldfish. Everybody's had goldfish, but this is Frank's Red Hot. All right, I like me some hot stuff every now and then.
I like Frank's Red Hot.
Yeah, anything Frank's.
Buffaloes.
Put it on. What do you guys put it on?
I put that shit on everything.
Put it on
Whatever.
effing everything.
Eggs.
Put that on everything. All right, we're gonna grab a few here.
Buddy would basically inject it in our veins.
I used to not be a big hot fan, but I'm trying to broaden my horizons really and get my taste buds down. Frank's is pretty good though. Just Frank's itself. You guys like Frank's?
Vinegary.
What you think about Frank's?
Or what's your hot sauce of choice?
Yeah, hot sauce. Like
that's
Texas Pete.
Well, I don't.
Cholula.
Love me some
I don't
Texas
even
Pete.
consider that like.
Tabasco.
Ah,
Welcome.
Yo, and as our fourth and final guest arrives, we are about to taste test some snacks here. So to my right, we got not Ron the first, but Ron Gramada the second. He's been on here, I think one other time, right?
got a lot.
One other time.
Nice.
Good to have you here, man. Let's get you set up here. We're trying some Frank's Red Hot Goldfish.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
all right, cute.
Nice.
I
Got a
can
kick?
dig
Not
the
too
kick.
high.
I,
But like
I feel like, are they varying? Some look darker than others.
yeah, summer.
All right, so we're off.
A lot of powder, of course.
I like.
Here, get them some cacio e pepe too.
All right, we'll give you some cacio e pepe. These are cheese and
These
pepper
would be
organic.
amazing in like tomato soup or
Say what?
Let me see.
something.
Let's check it out. Check it out.
Yeah, let me check it out.
Oh, we're gonna save you some, Mr. Randall.
Yeah.
Yeah, those Franks are on point though. I can do that. Yeah, like you said, a bowl of soup or something.
I like goldfish as like croutons or.
I'm gonna give it a nice
crackers
little
and soup.
spice to it. Yeah, hell yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna like those. All right, so far so good.
I would even eat those with like some buffalo chicken dip.
Yes.
Like, I don't sprinkle them on top and eat it with a spoon. I don't know. I'm a fat kid. That's
Some
something I-
chili or something, you know, some chili, some soup.
Ooh, chili.
I had some Wendy's chili last night. It was very good. All right. Ooh, got a little kick going. All right, last but not least, we got Smart Food chocolate cake popcorn limited edition. All right, we got limited edition. Might have been a little bit after Christmas time.
There was. They were left over from our buffalo
There.
trip.
They definitely smell chocolatey. So we had a few salties. Now we got our sweets.
Save the best for last. That's the dessert.
Right.
All right, Ron thinks it's the best. They do smell pretty good. They do smell like cakey. I'm not gonna
They
lie.
smell like Nutty Buddies.
Nutty
like the
Buddies.
Peanut butter, wafer.
Yes.
things. They smell like.
Those nutty buddies.
Oh,
All right, let's rock.
And roll.
Ready, rock. Not too bad. Not too bad at all.
really good.
Frank's Red Hot, and eat one of those right after. Mix and match a little bit.
What do you think? Yeah.
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 I don't think I like chocolate on popcorn.
Okay.
A little bit too
I don't
sweet.
like the Reese's either.
True.
I did like that Reese's. I don't think you got like anybody liked it, did they?
No, it was all right. I remember
I didn't
that.
like
the Reese popcorn.
itself.
Not too bad. We got a few snacks to try throughout. Got our ratings at the end.
We'll come back.
I think today is definitely a big day. A day after the national championship. A few days after a few big playoff games in the NFL. So we're gonna start off with our national championship game and get our thoughts on that, and maybe tie in a little favorite moment from the college football season from everybody. So let's start off with Rachel. We haven't heard from her in a while. Once she gets done slurping a little bit. What do you think on the national championship? I mean, we all kind of chose Ohio State. We were leaning towards that last week, but Notre Dame gave them a fight at the end.
Yes,
you got to
of
give it to
course.
them.
I would never choose Ohio State for anything.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
So I was a little disappointed with the outcome.
You had to get excited at the end, though. They gave them a run.
It did,
gave him a run.
a little bit of hope, but it is what it is. I guess now that would be my favorite moment from the year is knowing that we beat,
Yeah,
Ohio
national
State.
championship. Okay.
even though our team was
Beat
terrible.
the champions.
So, I mean, they weren't the champions when we beat them, but
Hey, y'all were last year, and then they were this year, so
that's true. Sure. I think
Keep it
it'll
in
be
the
a while
keep it
again
in the
for
Big
us.
Ten. What you think, Rob? What you got on it?
They were the best team.
I
They were
agree.
the most talented team going in the playoffs. They showed it all playoffs. That's why the Michigan game doesn't make any sense.
Right. I kind of saw that as a void. I think they got it together after that, and they were really just playing pissed off football, especially in the playoff. They just got it all together, and they just played really good games against really good teams. What do you got, Ron?
So I didn't watch too much college football this season, but I watched last night's game. And that
Oh, yeah,
was
everybody.
crazy. And so Ohio State's defense always really good. They have a couple good wide receivers. I know they're gonna mop them. Well, I thought they were gonna mop them last night, but then after watching the first half, the Notre Dame's quarterback was taking hit after hit after hit, just draws. And I was like, the second half, I was like, it's gonna be ugly for him. It's gonna get tired.
Right.
But then I was wrong. He ended up putting up points, and it was a really good game.
Yeah, he fought at the end. I'll say something after that first drive. I know it's just the first drive, but that was a 10-minute first drive of the national championship, and it was like 16 plays, 9 QB runs. After that drive, though, you saw on the sideline, this dude was exhausted. Like, he had expended all of his
Yeah.
energy in that one drive, and I was like, that might be the only touchdown they scored for a while, because their
And it wasn't
offense was
until
just-
the defense of Ohio State let up and
right.
took the foot off the gas.
Of course. And I think as well, good teams, they kind of see what you got the first drive. All right, if you score, you score. Congratulations. You did well. Good luck scoring the rest of the game, because we're keyed in on that stuff now, like the QB runs, the read options. They were all over it a majority of the first quarter and the second quarter after they scored that first touchdown. But I just think they used a lot of their gas at the beginning and didn't save themselves for the rest of the game. That big catch from Jeremiah Smith at the end, 8-point game, 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
They don't catch that ball, they have a shot to at least tie the game. That was a huge play. That's a huge playmaker. I can't
Nobody
wait to
was
see
near
him
him.
in the NFL. What was that?
Nobody was near him.
I know it was a great play. It was awesome,
Yeah.
awesome throw, awesome catch.
So you said that they were the better team, or the best
The
team.
more talented.
Right.
So do you think that the new format worked? Do you think that the new playoff system
Yeah. What do you guys think about the?
fed
new
it in
system.
appropriately?
Yeah, I think that are there going to be 12 teams that everybody thinks are deserving of the champion every year? No.
Nah.
But there's probably more than 4 every year. So
Right.
this system at least grabs all of those teams
And gives everybody a
gives
shot.
them a chance. Now, are there going to be teams in there that probably aren't?
Absolutely.
Sure. Happens in college basketball too.
Yep.
Happens in the NFL.
Yeah.
I agree.
absolutely.
So yeah, I'm fine with it. Like, I get people's argument that the Michigan game means nothing now. Well, no, it meant something to Michigan.
Right.
Apparently.
So
It was pretty crazy to see the 2 seeds that were in the final were 7 and 8 of the.
Yeah.
well, they need
That
to
was pretty
change
cool.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Like, obviously, Ohio State was very underseeded. Notre Dame was as well, but it was still
Yeah, you
pretty
shouldn't
cool
get an
for a playoff
automatic
format.
bye.
Yeah, I don't like the automatic bye. I liked pretty
They
much
should
everything
get
about it.
automatically
But
in, but
yeah,
not a
exactly.
bye.
I didn't like the
Just
automatic
interesting to see
bye.
if they keep it, or if they tweak
There's
along
going to
the
be
way.
tweaks, I'm sure.
Were
They've
you
already
about to get
said they're talking about tweaking the automatic.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it's funny. Ohio State lost to Michigan, and then Notre Dame lost to the team that Michigan's about to play. Did you notice that?
You said that Michigan's about to play.
Or aren't they? Are they done?
Yeah, they're done.
They're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just a coincidence that Michigan had beaten Ohio State, and then they just turned it on right after that.
We did
you know?
not win against
But,
Notre Dame.
Yeah, they didn't win against Notre Dame.
Okay. But about the playoff thing. But I feel like it's good because teams like Ohio State that went, or not Ohio State, but Florida that went to 12-0, and then they didn't make playoffs.
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of that's one of the big reasons they expanded, just to give teams more
There's still will be
possibility to
people
win.
that don't get in.
Right.
I think.
Right, but I
Two.
don't
Not
like.
as many.
Yeah, I don't. They don't have as big of a gripe
Exactly.
as the 5th seed in a
Yeah.
4-team playoff.
Right.
I don't. You know,
Let's
like
go.
they had plenty of ways to play themselves into the.
Let's go around and just share real quick the favorite college moment. I know Ron doesn't watch much college football. We probably didn't watch too much this year, but what was like your favorite breakout moment of the year? No matter what game, what moment, what'd you guys have in mind? Besides, obviously, the
No idea.
Michigan game.
It's been so long.
I have not. It's not even cross. I don't know.
Tech didn't do
Nothing
anything
shocked.
this year.
Nothing shocked you. That win would have been up there if they would have freaking counted the damn touchdown.
Yeah, for me, I only watched. I didn't watch much college ball. I think I really only watched Michigan this year.
Yeah, they were riddled with injuries, though. They were riddled with a lot of injuries this year. A lot of freshmen coming in, taking up for all those guys that got drafted. So you guys will be back for sure. Ron, you got anything?
We turned that off.
The Tech almost being Miami.
Oh yeah, the Tech Miami craziness.
I still think it's a touchdown.
I would say forever that's a touchdown, because you can't call it initially and then overturn that, how close it was. But I don't know. I really liked I really like seeing these individual players, especially ones we're going to see in the NFL next year. I really liked watching like Jeremiah Smith, for example, for Ohio State. He's going to be one of those incredible receivers in the NFL if he decides to go in the draft. And,
All of the receivers are gonna be
right, and Aduka, yeah, and
Tate.
right. They have a lot of talent out there about to get in the draft, and also I really enjoyed watching Arch Manning. He got a few games in this year. He was able to start with Ewers was hurt, and he actually was in a 4th down play during that big Ohio State game. I wish they would have put him in on 4th and 1 on the goal line, but we'll talk about that later. But just to see another age of Manning, and he's just like a different breed. Like he's nothing like Peyton or Eli. He's just big, strong, can run, throw. I'm excited to see him progress in Texas, because he went in for the draft, so he'll definitely be a starter next year, given he remains healthy. So, yeah, let's move on to the big business of the weekend. We got the divisional matchups. All right, we had some big games, big upsets. We're gonna start with the Chiefs and the Texans. All right, there's just been so much talk about this game. Obviously, everyone has their own opinions of the bullshit calls and refs and stuff. At the end of the day, a win's a win. You hate to see how it happened. You know, the Texans fought their ass off. They didn't have a lot of weapons, and they still stayed in that game. So, what's your guys' opinions on that? What'd you guys think? What'd you guys think of the game?
I think it.
A lot of bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it put a spotlight on a lot of the bullshit that people maybe didn't see before, and Randy, I don't know who said it, but it really exposed the Chiefs for not being so great. Like
They really haven't been. They haven't been all
really
year.
have not been that great. Their players, like as a whole, individually, are not doing that great.
Exactly.
It's a lot of clout and it's a lot of hype for nothing, for not a lot of nothing. I don't want to talk too much shit, but that's just how I feel.
I couldn't agree more. What you got, Rob? You got on the Chiefs game.
I mean, I'm not going to go like that. They've had a struggling. They haven't been. They're not as good this year. They're struggling, but I mean, they are still the Chiefs. That game was. I mean, it was poorly called, but I don't. You don't get to as many Super Bowls and as many times as you had solely because of refs. I mean, they have been good. Now this year, are they as good? No. That's why I didn't think that they were going. I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl. I didn't pick them to go to the Super Bowl.
I didn't either.
But
I hope not.
yeah. So I mean, nothing about it like shocked me really.
Yeah, I'm not shocked, but
It was just the timely penalties. I understand penalties. They happen every game, and sometimes they're mistakes. They go one way or the other. It's just the situational penalties that really killed me.
The refs
on
suck.
the 3rd and 9.
They totally
refs
do.
suck. Period.
as a whole.
Oh, I agree.
They, like-
and it's not just in that game. I've seen it in plenty
Right,
of other
they suck
games.
in every single
Yes,
game, and
I
I
agree.
think that
A lot of favorites.
I wouldn't want to.
I think that it's magnetized, and it goes now. Was that game? Was it? Yeah, it was poor, but as a whole, where everyone likes to pile on and say that's all that
Like
it
how
comes from
everybody
the
has-
hatred. It comes
yeah.
from it stems from the hatred.
I agree.
It happens with the Cowboys. It happens with me with the Yankees. It happens all
With
like
Nickelback, you guys. Why have we all hated Nickelback?
it
for
stems
20
from the
years?
hatred where the refs are awful. So when you see the bad calls that are always going to happen, you remember the ones that help the Chiefs out.
Of
You
course.
don't remember the ones that go against them. Of
course.
Right.
And but I mean that game was poorly ref. That's.
What you got, Ron? What you got?
I mean,
Share your thoughts,
I don't think.
feelings.
I don't think you should let a game come down to the refs, but it did, and like Houston players were saying, like they gave it their best, but then they kind of got hit by the refs the whole game. Like they were not calling flags both ways. Like Patrick Mahomes
Exactly.
breathed on the wrong way. It was a flag. C.J. Stroud was getting helmet to helmet. Like it was bad. He was getting
Late hit.
yeah, late
everything.
hit, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't calling it. They weren't calling it his way. And then there was a bunch of other BS flags. I don't think that should have been.
There was mainly just one that stuck out to me. I don't care about all the roughing, all the flopping, all the bullshit.
Yeah.
There was one where the line judge is sitting on the line. All he has to do is look at the fucking line. There's
He's
5
standing
other
there
refs doing other
under
shit.
the post.
All right? The assistant coaches behind him, the players behind him, the head coach behind him, all the players, even the commentators was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
How do you miss a guy running offside? Now, given, I think he had missed that. It was on a kick, I think. He had missed the field goal. But that offsides would have given Houston a first down, and they maybe scored a touchdown. That changes the face of a game. Just something little like that. So when you're a full step off, and the dude literally is watching the line and sees it happen, and nothing's called, it just blows my mind. I'm not gonna say there's favoritism. It's obvious at this point, but it's just crazy to me that they can't get little things right because like Eagles game or Bills game, the lineman flinched, like his back muscle
Right.
false start. That tush push on the inch yard line, Lane Johnson twitched his shoulder muscle.
Yeah.
False start. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like it's wild to me. The line judge can see that, but they can't see a full step offsides. Like, come on, we got to be fair. You can't just give this team another bowl. Like, they got to earn it at some point. I'll give it to Mahomes. He made some great plays. That touchdown where he was about to fall, that was a great play. That was one of the great plays of the game. But you can't rely on that shit the whole bowl. I feel like all out, the Bills are the better team. They don't make mistakes. They're gonna fucking win.
Thanks.
Make mistakes.
Like, no doubt about it. Like they just haven't made mistakes, and that's why they've been winning. So,
Well, do you want to talk about NFC or do you want to talk about the other AF?
yeah, let's just stick with the AFC, and we'll go over this Bills Ravens game because we got not one but 2 Bills fans in the room now. I usually have my Philly fan with me, our host, but now I'm getting ganged up on here, my left and my right. So let's talk about the Bills and the Ravens. It was an epic game. That was probably one of the best games of the weekend. What do you guys got on that one?
A
lot of happiness.
A lot of happiness.
A lot of happiness.
A lot of stress. A lot of anxiety.
I can imagine that was a very
It was
stressful game.
touch and go. Did not make it look pretty. It was not a pretty game by any means, but it was ugly, and I feel like we fought hard. Came away with
Agree.
a big dub.
That's what happens in the snow.
Mistake-free football, and they were used to it. You know, they had that home field. They were very used to playing in those conditions.
Yeah.
What do you think, Rob? What do you think about it? I know you were all over Brent's ass probably once they lost. You had Ravens winning though, right? You picked them to win.
I don't.
I know. I was. Just,
Yeah, I had a Ravens win the Super Bowl. But they're basically the Cowboys.
I agree for sure. They
Bullshit.
find a way. They find a way, don't they?
Right. I thought only the Cowboys could lose a game like that, but no, the Ravens do it all the time. So
I agree.
Oh man. Okay.
What you got, Ron? What you got?
I was,
A lot of happiness in that household, I bet.
oh yeah, felt all the emotions he had. All
The whole time.
Crying at the end. Yeah.
Oh man,
tears. But I mean,
for
like,
sure, man.
going into it, like you got two really good teams. You got the Ravens and Bills, two MVP candidates. One of them has to go home.
Exactly.
And
It's a tough game.
for both of them stories, like we all, like both of us, we always lose in the playoffs. Kansas City,
To the- yeah.
Houston.
Right.
Other reasons, like we're both, it's all gonna be the same, whoever loses.
Yeah.
And so, I'm really proud of the Ravens. They've done a lot. They've accomplished a lot. They played their best. But then, I'd say they made Lamar Jackson made that interception and fumble. They just made more mistakes than the Bills, and that's what
Right.
lost them ultimately. But
Turnover.
I'm more worried about the Ravens than I was. I was more worried about the Ravens
Right.
than Kansas City.
I agree.
They're notorious for losing or winning close games. Like that's
Yep.
their thing the whole year.
And you guys have the only win against the legit win
Right.
against Kansas City this year, the full team. Yeah, that was just a great game. I think this proves that, like, you know, all these good regular season stats that Lamar had, they all look fantastic. He won these games, and you know, he had one of his best statistical season as a passer in his career. However, look at the big game against the other MVP candidate.
Right.
He made a few more mistakes. Josh Allen may have not had the best statistical game, but he led his team. He didn't make mistakes, and that was the better team at the end.
And-
That mistake-free football wins you in the playoffs, like always.
Yeah, and you have to think that Josh has utilized more members of his team.
exactly.
Like, everybody's, I don't know.
Yeah,
It
there's
feels
not
like it's
the
being
number
more
one
spread
guy.
out.
Yeah.
There's no number one guy.
You'll see when he almost pitched the ball back out, trying to give it to Cook, trying to
Thought about it.
just trying to get.
They showed that stat or that one from years ago where he did it and got in trouble for that.
He's like changing mentally and is doing really good.
Yeah, he's growing. He's blossoming as a player. And even the losses you guys do have in the playoffs, they were hella close. I mean, that
Yeah.
one to the Chiefs, 13 seconds left. I mean, that's a heartbreaker. You know, like that was not on Allen. That was just
No.
a crazy
That was nuts.
juggernaut game. Whoever had the last possession wins, you know. And it just happened to be Mahomes, you know, had a few good plays at the end. But yeah, that was a great game. Sorry to the Ravens. Sorry, Brent. But I think just the better team won. And I'm really looking forward to this matchup because, you know, like I said, you guys are the only ones to beat these guys. And I just want you to destroy them and end all the bullshit talk and just everything everyone's talking about. I hate the
want
three-peat
to
shit.
win a Super Bowl
Or at least get there.
and
You
just
know what I'm
be
saying?
done. No.
I know wins.
No.
I get it.
Not
All right.
just get there. We've done that.
I get it.
It's been there. We've done that
I
for the last
understand.
30 years. That's
I
all
can't say I know your
that
pain.
we've heard of.
I can't say I know your pain.
Like,
I get it.
we just need to win one.
I agree.
That's it.
I grew up in the drought. I feel the same way.
Yeah, man. I agree. I really hoping for a Bills-Eagles Super Bowl. All right, let's go to the next game.
Will be amazing.
Let's go to the next game. Let's talk about Philly versus the Rams. The beginning of the game wasn't much weather. Then it started caking the snow. A lot of adversity out there. What do you guys think about that game? What was your takeaways?
That was a good game.
We talking about nervous.
Yeah.
Me
It was
and
rough.
Randy at the end of that game. Holy smokes! This dude Stafford turning it on.
But he should, like I said, it shows. I mean, people forget he is a Super Bowl.
He's a playoff dude.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has been to the Super Bowl. He's been there. He's won it. He's played it.
He has some weapons, and you know they had a few fumbles, a few drops here throughout the game that the snow played a huge factor in. You know, probably wouldn't have happened in dry weather, but yeah, crazy game back and forth. What do you got, Rob? What'd you think about it? I know you didn't like too much the outcome.
That was what I picked to happen. That was I mean,
You wanted the Eagles to win? Well, you thought they
He didn't
would.
want them, but he had them picked.
right?
He had 'em
No
picked.
difference in want and picked.
Made the smart choice.
Yeah,
Okay.
Great game.
Saquon's pretty good.
I think he proved himself. If it wasn't for Josh, he'd probably be MVP. What you got on it? Did you watch that game?
Oh yeah, so I watched the first half. But going into the game, actually before y'all's last game when y'all played Green Bay, it was a really sloppy game. Y'all pulled it out, but it's playoffs. Y'all are gonna go in there mentally trying to play mistake-free football, and y'all did so. But I thought y'all were gonna win. But I was gonna say
It's all good. We'll come back.
But
Yeah, it really was mistake free. I mean, it was a 6-point game at the end. Elliott missed a few extra points. They could have won by 1 point at the end of that game, even with the mistakes they made. Similar to the Buffalo game, Baltimore made a few mistakes. They were still in it at the end. Same rules apply. It was just one stop at the end. Playmakers, man, Jalen Carter, all those guys that made it really difficult for Stafford on that last drive. I mean, he was shredding our secondary for the last bit of that quarter. And, I mean, we could not stop him. Kenyon Mitchell was off the field. We didn't have N'Kobe Dean, no Brandon Graham. So, we're missing some key guys as well. And it did get very scary at the end. I thought Saquon's big 80-yard rush was going to seal it for us. 5 minutes left. Everybody's like, that's the game. Then we missed that extra point. And I was like, well, that's never good to be up 13. And then, what do you know? Staff makes a comeback. But,
Boneheaded move by the Rams center.
Which one was that?
On the Jalen Carter sack when he just let
Him run by.
go by him.
I saw that.
That
was a huge sack too, because
that's not
Stafford
very
was.
smart.
Yeah,
No.
I agree. He had one blown assignment. One blown assignment, one little mental error could lead to big things. But great games, great weekend. One
Josh
last.
is excited.
Yeah. We're saving this one, Josh. We're saving this one because this was probably the biggest, my favorite game of the
Best
weekend.
game of the weekend.
Washington over Detroit in another hostile environment. We gotta
game.
have praises. What do we got on this one? We gotta have praises.
killed my parlay.
It was the best game.
If you
of
didn't
the
win a
weekend.
parlay on that game, holy shit! Because there was 78 points in offense.
Oh no.
Packed.
You bet the spread,
game.
didn't you?
Yeah.
So much stuff.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think about Jaden now? I mean, after seeing that, I know Detroit's defense was a little bit depleted, but he once again went into Detroit and they couldn't stop him. Every offensive drive, they got down the field on him.
I don't know. Is this true? This VR training that he does. Have you guys heard about this?
I'm sure he does some crazy shit, whatever he does.
I saw an article, and I don't know if it was just propaganda or if it was a legit article, where he apparently does this training with a VR headset, and it's helping his brain to train faster, so that when he gets on the field, it's almost as if it's slowed down because it's just at normal speed instead of this 1.75 speed that he's used to seeing the plays and stuff in the VR headset. But I would say if that's true, it definitely, that type of training helps him as a rookie to settle and to kind of get your mental game. Because, there's lots of seasoned veterans that, kind of roll into Detroit and it's hostile and loud
tough.
and cold. And
They beat a lot of good teams this year, a lot of good wins. I mean, that's a tough team.
Yeah.
What you got, Rob? What do you think about it?
Can't turn the ball over. And
Once
the
again,
Lions
Not that
turned it
time.
over.
Yep. Once again, turnovers are big.
That was the difference in the game.
Yes, sir. We talked about it the last few games. Mistakes. Those drives too. That pick they go off through in the end zone. That one step away from being a touchdown. Corner just read the route perfectly. There was a few little things here and there. That game could have easily went 50-53 if no mistakes were made. But yeah, it was just exciting from start to finish. It's just amazing to watch a guy. You count him as a rookie, But if you look back on guys that played their whole college career and then won a Heisman as a senior, capped off their college careers with a Heisman, that those guys are really impressive to me. There's not many of them to do that because most people win it freshman, sophomore year. I'm good enough to play, in their mind. Like, this guy is groomed, ready to go, and he had a solid unit his first year. They got Dan Quinn as head coach, Kingsbury's OC. They got some good O-linemen, some good receivers, Eckler, good running backs. I mean, they got the whole lot there, and then they brought in Lattimore at the end of the year to top it all off with all those guys rushing the ball. So they got a tough team, and, I would not be surprised at all if they come into Philadelphia and take it and go to the bowl. That's just a red hot team, and that's gonna be a tough one. I'm glad it's going through Philadelphia, though.
I just
Going through Philly.
realized. Well, I guess never mind. That wasn't a really good realization. I was kind of like, oh, well, we've already played the Redskins, but Philly was actually the only NFC
Commanders.
East team. Redskins. That.
They're moving to try to change that name back, by the way.
But the Eagles was the only NFC East team that we have never played in a Super Bowl.
Interesting.
Either way, I guess it's okay.
That game last year was epic. Before we actually had that huge slump at the end of the year. I mean, it was like overtime.
was a
Jalen
good
won at the
game.
very end. I mean, that was really good game. So that would be awesome to watch.
Party at
just
the
as
Horn House.
Yeah, Bills Eagles win. There's gonna be a
I'm
party.
not going over there.
You are.
I am not going over there for a
haters are
Bills
gonna go.
Eagles Super Bowl.
Oh, come on.
It's just a party.
Yeah, just
Forget to
live it up, man. All right. So great weekend, great games. I mean, every game, even the Texas game, it was still fun to watch. Every game was fun to watch. A lot of exciting games. So we're going to go over conference championship predictions here. We're going to start off with the AFC. We've been talking about it. Obviously, we have two Bills fans here. We're still going to go Bills versus Chiefs, and give me your score and why. Rachel, let's hear it. Give it to me. Give it to me.
But I mean, I think the Bills are going to win.
All right, we got Bills.
I think we're going to win by
Hostile environment.
2 scores. I don't know what those 2 scores are, but we'll win by 2 of them.
Okay, I respect that. So possibly 2 field goals or possibly 2 touchdowns.
Or one of each. Or...
Okay, all right.
All right, I guess I'm going
Keep it in a mystery.
Bills by 2 safeties. 24-20.
Yeah.
Listen here, you
All
jerk.
right, that's
I
clever.
want it to be 4-4.
That's clever.
Okay. That's
All
what
right.
it's going to be.
I like that. Bills by a nose, 28-24. Josh calls. I like that.
You think Josh thinks it's going to be close? Okay.
I think
Good deal.
the gods wanted to keep it close. I think the Bills will come out. What do you got?
I got 35-31 Bills.
35-31. I'm giving the Chiefs 31.
Yeah. I mean,
I think they're going to be scoring.
I would be worried about your defense if the
Yeah,
Chiefs
that's
what
were
I'm saying.
scoring
Like-
31.
I know.
I mean, the Bills
I wouldn't
are not
be-
notorious for good defense. But
But we do have a good team.
Yeah.
yeah. But Kansas City, they always find a way to get yards, score touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they're really good. They're gonna get yards. They're gonna get touchdowns. They're gonna score a lot. They're good. They're a different team in the playoffs. But I got them winning, and the Bills come back at the end. Hopefully, that's what happens. But I feel like that's a solid score. We do let up points.
I'm going to call still a hostile environment. I really haven't liked the Chiefs' offense all year. I think Buffalo's going to exploit the weaknesses that they have up front. They do have a lot of weaknesses. I don't think they're going to get all the calls they've been getting on that game. I mean, enough is enough. I'm going to have 23-13 defensive game. I really don't see the Chiefs scoring too much. Maybe a few field goals here and there and a mercy touchdown at the end. You saw the Texans exploit their weaknesses. They got away with a lot of situational penalties, a lot of bullcrap at the end. They made a few big plays. They survived. Shannon Sharp said this very well. I get it at the beginning of the game, but when you have a kickoff return, 87 yards at the beginning, they start the drive at the 13, and you go 0-0, -1 your first 3 plays. You're not going to do that against Buffalo and win.
No.
Fuck no, you're not. Because one, they get ball at half. Two, they're going to come back and probably score a touchdown off that defensive stop. So, you know, you can't do that to a championship caliber team, especially a juggernaut like that. And I just don't see that flying next week. You know, I see Buffalo having a really good game plan and preparing for that game really well. They've seen these guys every year almost. They know how to win. They haven't done it yet, but I think this is the year. I think this is the year. They know how to beat this team. They beat them.
We have beat them this season in the
Yeah, that's what
regular
I'm saying.
season.
I'm referring to this season.
In Arrowhead.
I was referring to it was an Arrowhead.
which is where we'll be.
I was referring to this season, not years past. But that's my prediction on that one. So we're all going with Bills, right? All got Bills over the
Yeah,
Chiefs.
Bill.
All right.
Bullshit happened.
Yeah, no bullshit. I just think that crap's over with. So let's do Eagles Commandos. Commanders are red hot right now. I mean, they just beat the Bucks at home. They beat the Lions at home. They got to play Philly at home. I mean, if they go through the gauntlet, I mean, they might as well be favored, you know, at least to win the bowl or close to. But what you guys got on that? I see it's going to be a close game for sure.
What do you think?
What do you guys got?
31-26 Eagles.
31-26.
Okay.
Holy crap. All right, we'll get to Josh in a second. 31-26 Philly.
I don't know. It's kind of tough. I think I'm going to go 27-21 Philly.
27-21 Philly. Another close one. What we got over here?
I'm still thinking because it's like it's either gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a defensive game, but 28-30. Yeah, 28-35 Philly.
Okay.
All right, by seven. All right, before I make mine, let's just say our big Washington fan in the group chat has Washington 34-13.
Ooh.
Disrespectful in Philadelphia. All right. Anything can happen in sports. I'm not going to say it's not possible. I'm not going to be biased. I'll say 26-23. You know what I'm saying? He's laughing, but everybody else picked Philly, so I'm gonna pick Philly.
It was what you said before. I'm not gonna be biased.
Not gonna be like.
Well, yes, you are.
You are you are.
I'm not gonna
It's
say
not
we're
a
gonna destroy
problem.
'em.
You are an Eagles
I
fan.
understand.
You're gonna be biased. Don't say you're not. You
Sorry.
are going. To
I'm not gonna be as biased as 34-13. I'm gonna say it's a 3-point game.
Oh, okay.
It's a close game. We ain't gonna shit on them. I feel like we have a few injuries, key injuries that's gonna hurt us a little bit. I feel like they had a few injuries in that game too, so they're gonna be down a few guys. We'll see who the better team is. I think that's gonna be a great game as well.
34-31?
No, it's 26-23.
26-23. Okay.
26-23 by 3. We shut down Saquon. You haven't shut down Saquon either game. I doubt it's gonna happen this time. So let's move on. Let's do favorite moments. All right, we didn't watch much college. Let's do favorite moments of the NFL season.
It's not over,
because it's all right. So far. Best moment, favorite thing. I mean,
Let's start over there.
all right, we're gonna start with Ron.
I have no idea. I haven't thought about.
Hey,
Favorite moment?
putting you on the spot, man. Come on.
Yeah,
I was thinking, but I got 2 right now.
You got 2 off the bat.
Of course, us beating Kansas City and Arrowhead.
Yes,
that
sir.
was freaking awesome.
That was huge
It
win.
wasn't a close game. I mean, like, it got a little close at the end, but it wasn't like a regular Kansas City game this year. And then also beating the Ravens. That made me cry, or not cry, but it made me tear up a little bit. I'm glad to see that we're doing good. It makes my heart happy.
For sure. What you got, Rob? Come on.
I got nothing, man.
No moments this year.
I'm not. I've been thinking about the NFC championship and AFC championship game and what happened last week. I haven't thought about
What happened?
moments that have happened over the season.
All right.
I don't know any particular moments. I mean, obviously, yeah, been beating the Chiefs. But I've enjoyed new teams win. Like, I feel like there's been, teams that always get talked about. And I feel like in the last year or two, maybe, there's been new teams. Nobody thought we'd be talking about the Redskins. The Commanders. It just shows you what a change, and leadership and
Right.
office and all that can really do.
Very nice, very nice.
I hope you get that soon.
What?
A new owner.
It's not. It won't happen.
New owner. Well,
Unless he dies. That's
Well,
the
that'd
only.
be weird to wish for that, but if you say
No, it's not weird at all. I wish for it all the time.
Is it going to be worse when his son takes over?
No, it can't be.
can't be any worse. It's got to look up from here. I had a few this year, but like Rachel said, Rachel put it in good perspective. The newer teams winning, you see newer teams in the playoffs. It's not always the same teams. Yeah, the Chiefs are going for a three-peat, but a lot of new faces are starting to blossom. Hopefully, a new age takes over this year. We just see somebody new win it all, maybe, and we're seeing Jane Daniels. We're seeing these new faces come up in first year in the
You
league.
hope someone new wins it all?
he does.
We only have one championship in the last.
It's someone.
25 years?
Someone new.
Someone new.
You want someone new?
Hey, we're in it, and that's all that matters. All right.
Well, it could, at one point it could have been pretty much all four teams in the conference championships had never been to.
Right.
Like
If Detroit
the right
would've
people
won.
would've
Right.
won. Yeah, all four teams would have not ever had won a Super Bowl.
Been interesting.
That would have been very cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
But that's what I mean. Like, yeah, teams who have historically not won and not done well are pushing towards the end there.
Yeah.
Wild card, at least.
Cool.
Cool.
I've been praising them all year. Once again, I want to thank the New York Giants and their staff for all the hard work that they've done for us. You gave away one of the best defenders in the league and one of the best offensive players in the league, so kudos. I doubt you guys are going to come back from that anytime soon. The Commanders are on the rise. The Cowboys won't be bad for another year. I think they'll be fine. And Philly's Philly. I don't see them coming up
Makes you
in a
think
long
the
time.
Cowboys are gonna be fine.
You guys had a lot of injuries. Come on, I'm giving you praise
Who's
here.
gonna be their coach?
Well, Dion, of course. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know if they're
If
going
he
with
was
Dion.
gonna be their coach, they wouldn't have already interviewed their fifth guy today.
You don't think? Who do you think they're going to go with?
Well,
What-
if
what's your
it was
favorite?
going to be
Some
Dion,
old
they
white
would have
man.
just hired him already. They wouldn't have been They wouldn't have interviewed 5 other people after him.
I hope they don't. I really don't. I hope they don't.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, because the coach doesn't really get to do anything.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter who they hire.
Do y'all think Dion's an NFL coach?
No.
Like, do you think he's ready for that?
I think he needs a few more
Do I
years of
think
college.
it will be entertaining? Yeah.
Sure.
As I say, his emotions.
He can definitely get the players fired up, but I don't think he knows how to lead a college team. Like, he can barely lead.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
That's, yep.
He just really, really wants to coach his son so bad.
Like,
the Raiders
I
pick him up. Is Tom Brady gonna go after him? What's going on?
Who knows?
Stupid.
Who knows? Well, we know one coach that's already fled the scene. Almost instantly. The offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, after the Commanders had beaten the Lions, he immediately signed with the Bears to go head coach Mr. Williams and hopefully get him some damn O linemen and some clear fingernail polish. But yeah, that was pretty huge. They did say that Dan Campbell wanted to keep him in the organization because of how well he did and how well obviously he ran that offense this year. that was one of the best. If they weren't completely depleted on defense with a lot of their injuries, they probably are still in it. But that's a little bit crazy. I hope we're talking about giving away Kellen Moore after one good year. Hope that doesn't happen. I hope we keep the guys that have given us success.
Yeah, but it's not about keeping the guys. It's about
I know.
they're
wanna
now
go
ready
head
to be
coach.
a head coach and they're moving on to the next part of their. It's not like, oh, we don't want to keep you. It's
I understand.
Like,
they
"Yeah,
deserve to be a head
goodbye."
coach, so they're going to go be a head coach. Ben
definitely
Johnson interviewed for head coach jobs last year. He was the most sought after person last year, and he decided to come back because he didn't like any of the coaching opportunities, which said that he was only going to go to a spot that he wanted to go with a quarterback that he liked and something that. So he obviously likes Caleb Williams.
He likes him. Loves him.
Are you saying that that should be who my dynasty player is? Should I choose Caleb Williams to be my dynasty player?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, please do.
And
Yes.
that will be the legacy. Cool.
From worst to first and worst again.
Yeah. Congrats to Rachel, by the way, on our fantasy league. Went from Sacco last year to champion this year. Bottom to the top real quick.
Yes.
So kudos.
Thank you.
That was a good season.
The Jimmy G spot.
Yeah, the Jimmy G spot came in alive and well. All right, well that's football for us. There was a few different signs, a few different contracts signed in the MLB. I don't know if you guys signed or saw it the last few days. I know Rob's O's lost Santander, but they also picked up a few guys, correct?
Yeah, Santander signed with the Blue Jays. I don't know who exactly you're talking about.
You got one of our pitchers.
Morton.
That one.
Charlie.
Yeah,
That's
great.
right.
Yeah,
That was last week.
Great.
Okay.
His arm might fall off.
Eating that good crab. He'll be eating that good crab.
Yeah, he will be.
Okay.
Because he won't be pitching much.
What about all these Dodger signings? I don't know if you've seen. They got the latest Japanese star out of Japan. They got Yamamoto last year. Obviously, they got Shohei. Now they got this young cat that's flamethrower. I mean, their pitching staff's gonna be
It works for him.
just incredible this coming up year. I don't know many teams that's gonna be able to mess with them.
Well, on paper, they've got the best team money can buy, but it's still baseball. They've had the best team money can buy for years.
True.
They just won World Series, and the COVID one.
Right. Right.
With an asterisk.
They've got the pipeline into Japan. All the Japan guys want to go to LA.
Yeah.
Closer to
LA.
closer to Japan.
It's not that Sasaki wasn't. They're not paying a lot.
Yep.
Because he's so young. They've got him for 6 years, like he's a rookie contract. He's
Get some
not
growth.
getting paid a whole lot. So, and they got Tanner Scott, Kirby Yates today. They're
If you
gonna be really good.
saw in the playoffs, Tanner Scott was one of the only ones to mow down Ohtani a few times. So they made sure to take that into account. That lefty throwing flames. I still think the Padres gave that series away. They had them under their foot, and last two games they just
Let off.
they fickled.
Which proves that they can be beaten.
Yep, for sure. I agree. What do you think? You see any baseball lately? No baseball? Not sticking with baseball. He's all football and Buffalo in that head right there. All right. Well, we've gone over our championships. We've gone over the national championship. We hit on a few free agents. Is there anything that pops out to you guys this week? That moved you guys at all? Anything going on in your life? Anything going on in your favorite teams? Anything going on in the future, next few weeks?
Whole lot going on.
Whole lot. What do we got here? Ron, start us off,
Hopefully
man.
great things for Buffalo. We got Kansas City next week. Could win that straight Super Bowl. And either Philly or Commanders. It's looking pretty good.
Yes, sir. This man's all about football. It's moving him constantly. What do you got, Rachel? What moves you for? I guess you haven't been on in a while. What's been moving you here lately? Last month or so.
I will say that I have loved, and I've watched it, like on Sundays, but The amount of effort that the Minnesota Vikings have put into their celebrations this year has been truly inspiring.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
Practicing High
I
School
just love it.
Musical
They,
stuff.
they've done like 5 or 6 different, maybe even more than that, but different, choreographed practice or like celebrations and stuff.
Well, they probably still have some saved that they can use next year since they
Because they didn't score that many.
Yeah.
playoffs.
Well, true. But I don't know. Yeah, it's just fun. I
all
like
good.
it. What about you?
What about you, Rob?
I think I agree with Kurt Warner. I think there should be every NFL team should have a dome. I'm not a fan of
You're right. I
snow
hate it.
games or weather games. It's as you said with the Eagles, they fumbled because of the snow. They did you watch some people receivers run a route and they're like tiptoeing before they go in their break because they don't want to fall. It's not about two teams having an advantage or a disadvantage. It's not good football. You're not watching teams at their best potential playing against each other. It's just not. It's not the best football that it can be. It's ugly. It's sloppy. It's nostalgia, and you've got all the great It's got a good visual to it, but the game itself is not good.
How do you feel about the glass in y'all's dome? The glass in y'all's dome.
Yeah, that window that they open it up.
A glass
fine.
dome?
No, he's talking about the window that they open up
big
that
window
Cherry
blinds
blinds
off
the players
That's an
sometimes.
advantage for teams like Philly or Miami. They leave that.
I'm not
open.
saying it's an advantage. I'm not saying that the weather games are an advantage or disadvantage either way, or that the Bills won just because of.
No.
I don't like that. Yeah, that's a stupid. That's a stupid thing on a building to have a window that you don't cover up.
Right.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I, of course, disagree, but that's fine.
Yeah, I like the home field advantage part to it. If you play at home, there's some things that you got to get over.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying. He's saying that people just don't play it.
I understand that. But I get that part, and I'm that's cool, and there is that aspect to it. I just don't think that you're getting the best quality of football. It's not as good to watch to me.
Right.
It's just not they're not. It's just not good football. Because it's just sloppiness, and it ends up being one way
Who said that? Who are you agreeing with? Rich
Kurt
Mason?
Warner says that
Kurt
every
Warner.
team should play in a dome.
I agree in the aspect of actually, obviously just playing the game just for a little bit, how much moves you have to do throughout a game, playing in the rain, playing in the snow, a lot of injuries come into that. And as well, the Super Bowl is played in a dome. So the game you're proving everybody yourself to is in a dome.
Yeah, you notice they never.
Exactly.
How many times has Buffalo hosted a Super Bowl?
Never.
Because how many times has Lambeau Field hosted a Super Bowl?
I don't know.
Because they feel like they want it to be.
Well, because in January
As-
everybody wants a vacation in a warm spot.
There's some of that.
No, I mean, seriously,
there's some of that too, but I think
That's
it
the Rose
also
Bowl is
they
in
want.
Pasadena. That's where everybody
they-
wants to go in January.
And I get it, the weather conditions, that makes football everything. I get that. I just don't like the quality of football in those games.
Okay.
Because Miami, they do the same thing, but opposite. They got their opposite.
rain.
Yeah, they got the opposing bleachers. It's
Right, yeah.
100 degrees, but it's really smart, but it sucks because
Right.
they're moving sloppy, they're moving slow.
And I have heard that Buffalo is actually in the works of making that new,
Yeah, we're
An
building a new
improved
stadium, right
stadium.
next to it with no dome.
no dome, but the under the field is complete. It's a heating mechanism that completely.
That's a lot of fields have.
That's cool. That's pretty
outdoor
cool though. I
fields.
like the Lambeau has that now, right? And a few other fields to just completely dissipate the snow. So yeah, it's not as great of a factor. What's up, Daryl?
You still get to get the fun of the snow.
Right. I like the aspect of it, but I agree with Robert in the fact that you don't see the team's full 100% potential because a game could come down to a missed catch because of the snow, a fumble because of the snow, somebody easily slips and falls, anything. So I agree, 100% on that aspect.
Like, it had the results of the games this weekend has no bearing in what I like. My opinion. I could care less. I didn't need a Mark Andrews touchdown for a parlay. I don't care about
that. Was it.
I'm not a Ravens fan.
John.
I don't really give a shit that they lost.
Right.
I don't think they lost because of the snow. But that game was not as good a quality a game as it would have been if it was not in the snow.
Yep.
That's my only opinion.
And I get it. Like comeback routes, like curl routes, anything, you're going to have to take 3 or 4 steps to even get your turnaround. And by then, the corner's breaking on you. So, yeah, there's a lot of routes that, you can't really run in the snow.
It takes out a whole aspect of the game.
Yeah.
Like, it totally cuts down the passing. It pretty much...
Yep. Got to have a good
the
defense and
knows
run game.
that you're running the ball almost every time. Like,
And
I get
that's
it.
fine if you like watching
I love watching
poorly played football.
run the ball down their throat.
Like I get it. That's football. Yeah, it's poorly it's sloppy football. I like watching that. Like
No, I agree. What about I get the home field advantage thing, but what about you get into the playoffs? Everybody's in neutral territory. You have to go through a dome every game in the playoffs. There's technical home teams.
I'm not even really asking.
It was a hot take.
It's a hot take. I'm not realistically asking
That would
for
be
a
cool to see,
dome over every stadium. That's not going to happen. I realize that. I just don't. I don't like the snow games over other games that don't have snow. Yeah.
I agree 100%. Because our game could have easily went the other way, and we could have been the ones to cough it up, and that would have been the reason we lost. So, yeah, no, I agree. I agree 100%. That's the reason no one cares.
Because it's
Because there's
not.
no snow. I don't think that's the reason.
They're playing on a field that's 25 yards. Maybe that has more of the reason to do it.
The Arena League. When's the last time you guys watched that? The Arena Football League, where they're just destroying people over the.
That's still on.
Kurt Warner used to do that.
I
don't think so.
It's been a few years.
That's coming back after it's supposed to keep us watching football.
Did Vince
until
McMahon
football
do
comes
that?
back. I don't know. It's just probably.
Oh no, it was The Rock. It was The Rock. It was The Rock.
COVID ended the XFL and the.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. It was going good for I think a year, right? The Rock had it
I
going.
don't know. It's NFL or nothing.
Nah.
Good.
I don't like change.
Right.
I'm an 80-year-old man. Don't change anything on me. Don't put me in a dome.
Don't like change. Well, yeah, obviously, Robert says his take on the domes, and obviously, Buffalo fans are going to be like, nah, that's our freaking advantage there.
Actually, one of them agreed.
What?
You agreed.
No, I don't think that everybody should have a dome.
No, but you agreed that the snow games you didn't like. When I first
I
said
love the
it,
snow games.
when I first said it, you said I agree. I don't like snow.
Oh, I agree. I don't like what you were talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, you confused me when you
Well,
said
I'm sorry
that.
that I meant that I said that way.
Well, hopefully in Philly, I don't know if they're calling for snow. I don't know if there's going to be a crazy snow game again, but that definitely played a factor last game. I think Washington has played their fair amount in the snow, so it's not like it's anything new to them. So I feel like it'll still be a really good game, even if the weather plays a part. How about Kansas City? Do you have any idea of
I don't know what the weather's going to be like.
about to be like?
I'm just going to show up and cheer out.
Yeah, both games could have that weather effect. So we're going to be watching two very cold places. So we went through what moves you. You said you had something else. What did you have as far as what moves? He kind of talked about what he was excited about for next week. But what'd you have for us?
But Josh Allen, after the press conference after the game, he was talking about how before the season, nobody was expecting us to do good. Everybody was doubting us. Everybody was
Yep.
saying that we were too weak. Like, we just didn't have the numbers, didn't have it on paper.
Right.
But then we overcame. We won a fair amount of games. Didn't win every game, but we're doing really good, proving ourselves that we're a good football team, or proving to everybody else that we're a good football team.
Mm-hmm.
And it moves me. It makes me feel good.
Hell yeah. Well, I'll say something that will definitely bring a smile to Josh's face. Instead of talking about an Eagle or anybody like that, I'm definitely going to hit on Jaden Daniels because he's been, I mean, even over any Eagle, obviously Saquon's been doing his thing. He's been the most impressive player in the whole playoffs to me. He went into hostile environment 2 times, not once, twice, and won in that territory. Just the poise every drive. He's taking hits. He's making the right plays, QB draws, QB scrambles. He's making the right throws. He's not making mistakes. He's had the most games with no turnovers and no punts or something like that in the history of like rookie football. So I mean, he's way behind his years. I'm not saying he's gonna have years like this every year, but he is definitely one of those guys that you don't see that often. He's a generational talent. And he's got a great system and a great crew behind him to have that for years to come. So it's definitely going to be scary for years going forward. This next game is going to be awesome. I can't wait to watch it. I've enjoyed watching those guys all year. There's no bashing them. They've earned their route to the championship. So kudos for sure.
Talking about that, I saw another funny thing online. We all right? Hard Knocks is hard, right? It's like being famous and
see you,
having
Fever.
all of your drama and everything played out for everybody to see. So that's what the Giants are now having to relive, right? We've all seen what's gone on in the front office and their decision making, and that led to, of course, Saquon.
We saw that when they drafted Daniel Jones.
Right, and that's, but. I saw another clip, of course, that's been going around today, and the manager, the owner guy, not the GM's son,
Right.
It showed his kids a lot about what they were talking about, and his son said that, no, you should pick up Jaden Daniels. He's the real deal, and again, no, and it was like. This kid's got better football.
Yeah. He's like, you only get this job once.
The video kept going, and then he went on to name just start rattling.
Oh,
You should also pick Malik Neighbors and
Rome Matunze,
everybody.
Yeah.
It was like, he was just naming
He was just
everybody.
naming the top, But
I see you, Fever. He said Washington winning the bowl. I mean, I can see it, man. I'm not hating. Like I said, I'm giving the praise all to them. If they beat us in Philly, I'm rooting for them for sure. No offense. I like it either way. Who cares?
How?
No, who cares? Between the two, it would still be a good winner for the NFL.
Well, you want to lose to the Super Bowl winning team.
Oh, that would whatever.
Now I'm rooting for AFC. I don't.
if your team's not in your conference,
You're
you're
going
not
for
rooting
AFC?
anybody else in it.
So I'm
I
going
would
for the
root for my
Bills.
I would root for someone in the conference, but I'm not rooting for
There's
the
2
Eagles.
teams in the conference.
How do you feel about that?
I'll root for the Chiefs again.
Oh, this guy.
Robinson Jr.
If you guys don't beat them, I'm rooting for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. I rooted for them last year. I rooted for them the year
For
before.
the 3 of some popcorn. I'm just kidding. Yeah. We got Fever in here. We got a few
It'd be cool to
guys
see a three-peat.
talking about McLaurin. Yeah, Josh is hype on this game. So am I. It's gonna be great. I hope we can get our jerseys in. I think Randy said within this week. So I'm hoping I can get my Saquon, get you your McLaurin. All right, so be wearing it at least for the game. I know you were hyped on your little video you had of them winning, so that was cool to watch. So all right, we got that taken care of. Let's move on. Anything, I've only hosted once. I haven't really got much opportunity to do this. Rachel's been here and there this last year. She's been, being able to watch Lil Carson while Randy hosts, and back and forth. And we thank you for that, especially just being able to be here. What's y'all's favorite time on the cast, I know you've only been here a few times, but even watching it, you watch it every week. What's y'all's all-time favorite time we had on the cast over the past year? I know we didn't really do that the last week we were on, but what was y'all's favorite? What was y'all's favorite cast of the year that we did?
When we spontaneously broke into song in the basement.
Yes,
Do you remember
before
that? No
before,
diggity.
I know we need to start doing that.
Fun.
I came on before we started singing.
It was fun. It was just we all just kind of were vibing and
Yeah, that was a good time.
and I liked trivia because I am competitive and like to beat everybody at trivia.
Yes, we need to get the get the teams back. Ramrod.
I also like to. No, we were the Purple Cobra.
Well, I'm saying
Oh, they were the team.
Yeah, we were Purple Cobras.
Yeah.
Ramrod, Brent, and Rob.
You know, I mean, I like hanging out with you guys and most of you.
Sometimes.
And, you know, I always like talking smack and getting Brent riled up.
Yeah,
And,
that's always fun.
it's just really what I like to do. So.
I like it. I like it a lot. What about you, Rob? What
Trivia.
episode sticks out to you the
Trivia?
most? Like the trivia. We definitely need a new trivia night. That's much overdue. I think we only had one of those. We're trying to plan it out. We've been pretty busy lately. Hopefully, in the new year, we'll start planning it here soon.
Or baseball.
Yeah, before baseball, that'd be good. A little kickoff to the baseball season.
Woo.
Yeah, right. That's a busy time for everybody. So, yeah, trivia. What about you, Ron? All the shows you watched, a few that you've been on. What would you like the most?
So it's
throughout the pod.
Anything about the podcast, but like, there's a couple times when my dad was on. I was just sitting there in that chair over there, and I was just sitting there like just watching everybody do their thing, talking, having a good time. Like, it brings people together, and it shows like it's pretty cool. It brings people together. Everybody having a good time.
Of course.
And just like watching SportsBites grow, I like that.
Yes, sir. I love it. Yeah, man. Kudos to Randy because me being at the host spot. It seems easy sitting right here next to him every week. It's not easy. This guy's a tough job. The sign off at the beginning, just everything, keeping the flow going. Kudos to him every week. He does a fantastic job keeping everybody engaged, talking to our fans out there, obviously getting fans and just having a good time on camera and just being able to broadcast everything we like to talk about. I would say my favorite episode, my favorite time was just when we all came together on the last episode. I know we didn't have Brent and Ron II wasn't there that day, but we had two of our guests, Brian and Mr. Choutbout. He was fantastic guest, guys that we really haven't got to see this year. Well, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, shout out Choutbout.
Oh yeah, shout out Choutbout. That guy is hilarious. He was a fantastic guest. We'd love to have him on whenever he's available. And obviously, Mr. Brian Lopez doing big things in
Him and all
Spain.
his fans.
Yeah, I mean he's about to be a freaking professional soccer player. So shout out, you guys are watching overseas. What's up, guys? And yeah, just getting everybody together, having Carson in the room, having his little interview. I mean, everything was just came together really well for our last episode of the year. So yeah, and we definitely need to get the trivia night back and get those teams back together. Maybe we can do a little 3-on-3 or something since we have some guests now. Maybe.
Okay.
It's just an idea, we'll throw it to Randy, see what he says. But yeah, it's been great. Great time. I never thought something like this would be possible. Obviously, Jim's helping us out, giving us the studio. Me and Randy used to work at Virginia Varsity, so we kind of knew a few guys behind the scenes to make this possible. Obviously, one guy that we don't thank enough, Mr. Josh, behind the scenes. He's there. Even if he's not here, he's always there. He's always doing big things for us. He's getting the episodes prepared. He's getting all the promo set up. So without him, none of this would be possible. So thank you, Josh, so much for just giving us this opportunity, even when you're not able to be here. Josh Nation, baby. Yes, sir. Josh Nation. So we're going to wrap it up, and we're going to start going over these snack reviews. All right, I got a few snacks over here left over. This man Robin munching the smart food right here.
No, you know what you like. What
we
you
got?
like?
We need a little extras. I got a few
Some
here.
more of that over there.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hogging it.
Man, this bag is gone already. I'm just kidding. All right, let's start with y'all's favorite one, the Cake Pop Smart Food popcorn. I know Rob said he didn't like the chocolate too much.
I'll go like 4-3.
4-3. What we got? Oh,
This is
Rachel.
like a-
Rachel and Ron like it.
Yeah, this is like an 8 for me, at least. I love it. It's good.
8.0. 8.0. What we got?
I got 10 out of 10.
Whoa.
I think.
So
Whoa.
this man had half the bag on
All right, listen.
by the end.
No.
He said 10 out of
I gotta
10.
explain it.
All right.
It's the perfect amount of chocolate and popcorn. Sometimes there's too much and sometimes there's too little.
I like it.
Every single one is perfect amount.
I like that.
The popcorn's fluffy. It's not like chewy. It's good.
It's really not too bad.
Good stuff.
I'd say it's a good blend, like you said, salty and sweet. I'll give it a 7.0, 7.0. Not the greatest, but I can dig it.
I think it tastes kind of like caramel corn.
Right, a little bit of chocolate. I don't know. All right, what do you guys think about the cacio e pepe? Cacio e pepe puffs, organic. I don't know. It's a good flavor. What do you guys got?
I don't know.
A lot of pepper.
I like them, but there's something about them that's just like.
Organic.
You got like 5.
They're fucking organic.
Would you say a 5.5? Yeah, I think I'll give them a 6. Like,
I'm sticking around that range. I'm gonna say 5.0, just flat, right in the middle. Wasn't the best thing in the world. Flavor's all right. It's just definitely can taste that organic in there. What you got?
I got a 6.5.
All right, a little bit higher.
It's an organic. I mean,
Not all
but like I
organic things are
I
bad,
love
but
rice, like rice snack.
right snacks. Okay. You guys got any organic snacks you like? Shout them out. I guarantee you there won't be many. All right, let's get to
I
these
think
last
from
ones.
Trader Joe's.
Oh yeah, they did come from Trader Joe's. I saw that. I think these are my favorite ones. Frank's Red Hot Goldfish. I know it's just plain goldfish, but that's probably one of the best flavors
It's not.
for sure.
Not plain goldfish.
It is.
Goldfish.
Yeah.
And it is in every part of the cracker. Like the
Well,
cracker
I
itself
got
is.
some hot
Yeah,
on
this one. And then it's got like a dusting
Oh yeah, I
of,
got that.
of additional breaks. I think they're good. I think in the right setting by themselves, I would have a hard time just like eating handfuls
Right.
of them because
Definitely need some soup.
I don't necessarily like spicy stuff like that. But as an accoutrement to, chili or soup, something like that, amazing. So as a condiment or as an accoutrement, I'm going to give them
Accoutrement?
accoutrement
As an accoutrement?
to go with your shark coochie.
What we got?
I would
What
give
we got?
them-
I don't like sharp coochie.
no,
No,
well,
no
shark,
shark
it's the
coochie.
same. Shark. Yeah, I just don't know. I'm gonna give it a 5. I don't know. I changed my mind. It's a 6.
Just say your initial reaction was pretty good. What we got? What you got, Ross? 6.
Like 9.
Yeah, I was just saying. I'm
9.
right there with you.
Yeah, 5.
5?
Yeah.
But you don't really like spicy stuff either, do
If
you?
the snack
It's weird how the Bills fans don't
has
like the
Frank's Red Hot on the packaging, it's probably at least a 9.
I love Frank's. I'm gonna go right with Ross. I'll say 9.5. And you give it a bowl of soup.
Like a
You give it a bowl of soup.
Or
Get
cheese or
some
something.
ranch. You
I'm
said
telling you,
I almost said.
ranch.
bowl of
first.
chicken noodle. Put a bunch of those in. That's a 10er
Yeah.
for sure. I love them. I'm usually not a big hot fan, but I've been trying to broaden my horizons, like I said. So big news coming in. Before we finish, I just got this update. So one of my favorite players of all time, not Chipper Jones, but Andrew Jones,
Oh.
just recently got snubbed from the Hall of Fame. Not saying he won't get in upcoming years, but
Not a
Randy,
first ballot.
Randy just let me know. He's definitely deserving. But he did say that Mr. CC Sabathia, however, did make the Hall of Fame, and I feel like that man deserves it just as much. He did great things for his team when called upon. So,
He'll get in. The voters are stupid. Another biggest travesty was that Ichiro wasn't unanimous by one vote. One person left Ichiro off the ballot because he's a narcissistic asshole, probably.
Doesn't like
Who
Japanese
thinks
guys.
that it's all about himself. He's like, no, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave Ichiro off for the first year, and he doesn't deserve.
I mean, that's unbelievable because Ichiro's. I mean, he's one of the best hitters of all time. There wasn't no steroid question with him. That man stayed the same fucking size his whole career. He was the same player his whole career. Fantastic, and he deserved it way more than a lot of these guys. I agree. He also told me that Billy Wagner pitched for a few teams. Big closer had made it in as well. So we got a few guys definitely well deserving for sure. I'm not losing hope on Andrew Jones. He is 100% a Hall of Famer. Just give him a few years. They'll come around. Thank you, Randall, for that last minute stuff. But yeah, I think that's about it. Unless you guys have anything else.
No, I think.
You guys have anything else for tonight?
Go Bills.
Go Bills, right? Go Bills. Go Philly, right? We're cheering for our Bills, cheering for our Eagles. Sorry to Mr. Brent. I know, you didn't want to show up today because the Ravens lost. That's okay. We'll give you a break.
He was going to be every other week.
We'll give you a break. No, I'm giving him shit. But I'm sure you're watching from home. Thank you guys, everybody that watched, everybody that tuned in, chimed in on the comments. Josh, Adam, got Mr. Fever in here, number 23. We got a few guys in here, a few mysterious guys. We don't quite know their names yet. They haven't really said it, but that's fine as long as we interact. That's all we're here for. We do this for you every week, guys. No matter who's on, no matter who's here. We're here for you guys. We're put together a show every week just for you guys. So keep adding your likes, keep getting us some subscribers. Tell your friends, tell your family about us. Please just help us spread the word. We enjoy doing this every week, and like I said, we do it for you guys. Shout out to Josh one more time behind the scenes. You are the man. And with that, I think that wraps up everything. We got a little bit of time. But that's fine. We'll get out here a little bit earlier tonight. Not a problem with that. And with that, we are SportsBites, your number one sports podcast, bringing you the best of both worlds.
Sports.
Whoa!
And snacks.
We got sports out of Robert. Sports and snacks. See you later.
Bye, guys. Down, down, down.
Hopefully Josh saw that we were timing off early.
No, I was doing sports first.
Hey.
No, it's all right. Randy usually points to me. So, hey, I signed off a little early, but I was ad-libbing about 30 minutes of that.
Still on.
Still on, still on. Well, we did our sign-off, Randall.
Bye, guys. See ya.
Still live.
Thanks.
Josh loves us so much.
Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag.